it, you can still be left with permanent lung damage, apparently. So this from Business Insider. The headline, for anyone who wants to look this up, says some people who recover from the coronavirus might be left with 20 to 30% less lung function and gasping for breath when they walk quickly, Hong Kong doctors said.
More or less pneumonia.
So you still don't want to get it, man. Still, even if you're young, even if you're at very low risk of dying, you still don't want to get this shit.
I wonder how that. I don't remember his name, but the basketball player who got coronavirus. I wonder when he recovers how bad he's going to be at the game now.
You mean the one who he made a joke out of the virus,
mics,
and he made a point out of touching all of the mics, and turns out he was positive, and he spread it around.
Yeah.
What an asshole!
Oh, dude.
I imagine when he comes back from the coronavirus, he'll just be fucking face down on the floor, just going from one side of the court to the other.
He still plays in the game.
Just gonna be covering the court in COVID-19. Yeah,
that's their defensive strategy. If you give the other team coronavirus, they can't win.
What is this, biological warfare in the NBA,
bro? It's the ultimate strategy,
bro. That's some UN violation right there. I can't wait to see that.
Just fucking unleash some mustard gas in the locker room. Just some fucking Wuhan flu.
That's what was gonna happen in like the Tokyo Olympics and shit. They were just gonna bring that and fucking do it.
They're canceling that bitch, man.
Yeah.
They're canceling everything. Every sport's canceled, yeah. I thought baseball was going to survive, but they even took that away from us. I think this would be the first interesting Olympics ever if it was just made entirely of coronavirus victims doing sports.
Just wheezing.
That's the Olympics I want to see.
That'd be the ultimate Special Olympics, bro. Fuck.
If they win gold, they might get the vaccine.
Oh no!
They're all wheezing, just walking up to the start line. It would be pretty funny.
Oh no, I'm thinking about that now. That's fucked up.
So all of the scare might give some of you, it might be putting you on edge, but we do have some sort of a way to relieve all that, don't we, Andrew?
Yeah,
we do.
We do. Listen, guys, countless products promise to promote wellness. There's drastic diets, there's extreme fitness routines, there's over-the-top supplement regimens. Oh yeah, bring back leeching. That always worked. That didn't just make things worse.
Bleach your ass, boys. It won't go up your ass if you bleach it right.
And who says that taking care of yourself needs to be so hard? That's why there is Caliper CBD. Caliper believes that everyone deserves to feel better naturally, and that drastic changes shouldn't be required. That's why they made a more precise and reliable CBD product that's easier to take than the typical CBD oil. You get the benefits of CBD in a tasteless, dissolvable powder that your body absorbs rapidly. You can feel better naturally without upending your lifestyle. Boys, I took CBD regularly for a while for a myriad of things. And I gotta tell you, not having to down that oil, it's so nice. It's a great feeling because that oil is just, it's icky, it's thick, sometimes it upsets your tummy. Mm-hmm. It's not great. Caliper CBD believes everyone deserves a little peace in their pocket. They're the first to provide consistent, convenient, and precise CBD in a water-soluble powder. You can rediscover your best self with a CBD product that's clinically proven to be superior than the standard CBD oils. And it comes in an affordable 10 and 30 count packs that you can get started with for just under $20. You can get 20% off your first order if you use promo code OFFICIAL at trycaliper.com. You can, trycaliper.com/official. So that's trycaliper.com/official, and also enter in promo code official for 20% off of your first order. Caliper is so sure you'll love their product, they offer a 30-day money-back guarantee. If you're feeling a little not so great, try Caliper CBD.
Mm-hmm.
Also, not to derail too hard from coronavirus, but did we want to go over some of my short stories I wrote as a child? I'd be lying if I said I wasn't excited.
We should. Charlie Niels can wait. Come on.
Context.
Do we get to be like individual characters in it too?
Well, I wrote them. I guess we do need context. It was a bonus episode. During a bonus episode, I don't remember how we got there, but Jackson was talking about his series of naked banana books that he wrote as a kid, where he had like a banana.
That doesn't need context.
Yeah,
We can just move past that.
Him and
Naked
like his
banana
sixth grade
books.
friend used to write like banana books where they had cock and balls out or some shit, and it reminded me
It's
that
in
I
the
used to
bonus.
write stories. Yeah, it reminded me that I used to write those stories as well. So I asked my mom if she ever kept any of them. It turns out she kept every single one. So now I have this like fucking compendium of Nutty Noodle Man and Moon Ninja.
She happened to have
So
my
how
banana
many-
cocks anywhere.
Bro, dude, when you,
Back.
Collector's trading
dude, when you
cards.
mentioned mom have that, dude, that brings back some fucked memories, dude. When you mentioned mom having your stories, it reminds me of fucking dude. So like the fucked up thing about YouTube is like the shit that like fans come up with and they like draw about you and they like post on the internet. So I like to say that for most, YouTubers, their biggest fan is always their mom. Like, oh, mom always checks out my videos here and there. In my case, I always wish that wasn't the case. You know what I mean? Because like we've had some weird conversations over the phone sometimes, right? It's like, well, what the fuck is what is like FinDom? Like she asked me that like nearly a year ago.
Yeah.
So it's a good conversation. So like.
Wait, what is what?
My
FinDom, like
Femdom.
financial, like cuck slaving and shit.
Oh,
Yeah, FinDom,
yeah.
bro, FinDom.
Okay,
like,
sorry.
Bitch, give me money.
Pay
like,
pigs.
that
We
kinda
talked
shit.
about it a
Pay
couple
pigs.
episodes ago.
Yeah, we talked
Yeah,
about
pay
this
pigs.
last episode.
Yeah.
Pay pigs.
So
I
there
love
was,
that.
Step on my nuts and I'll give you money.
So
No,
No,
not even
it's
step
not-
on my
it's not
nuts.
even
It's
step on
literally
my
just
nuts,
give
it's
me
like-
money.
Bitch, give me money right now. What the fuck are you
Yeah.
doing? What do you got paid, motherfucker? Give me like $30, right? Buy me whatever. That's what FinDom is.
That's
Like,
literally all it is. Yeah.
fuck your
it's like if
children,
you
give me
looked at
that
the
money. Fuck their tuition
bro,
money.
like if you looked at the evolutionary ladder of like cuckoldry and shit, like I can't even believe I even fucking
don't
said that.
know.
Like you've got human being, you've got like cuck, all right, like, and then you've got like the simps, and then you've got this fucking FinDom shit at the very corner, like the primordial goo of like.
Cucks are
yeah.
below simps.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's fucking disgusting. Yeah. I mean,
So, but,
no,
okay, so
dude,
would you-
No, because cucks get pussy sometime. Like, some
Yeah,
point.
I have to agree.
Look, they get close to it, all right? Okay, maybe they.
Yeah, but they-
I
but
guess they
they-
can smell
At
it.
least the simps get off to the fantasy that they delude themselves and think that the woman they're paying $5 a month to is theirs and that woman cares about them. Whereas cucks, they actively get off to the fantasy that another man fucks their woman. So
Yeah, cucks is more pathetic to me.
yeah,
Right.
I don't know where I
Yeah.
would
I mean,
rank
I
pay
guess,
pigs.
I guess in terms of. Dude, they're like very low. Like, we're talking
I'd put
fucking
that toward the
lowest of
bottom,
the
too.
low. Like, embarrassingly low, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but
You
below
get nothing
cucks,
out of it. Oh yes.
Yeah, I don't think they're
way below
cucks.
cucks, bro. Like, I'm telling you, the evolutionary ladder right there, dude. Cucks are at least.
You'd rather
you know,
watch someone fuck your girlfriend than just give
But
a woman
look,
money?
Okay,
I'm
what
just gonna
about?
be real. In any situation like that? No, but I mean,
So-
you have to look at it from a mentality of a cuck, right? Like, I don't
Can-
know what the fuck they think. Of,
Can
right?
we agree then that if you're a pay pig cuck, you're lower than the coronavirus on the just
Oh my
ladder
god,
of
that's awful.
life?
Yeah, it's like Weapon X of
I
loser
feel, I
right
feel
there.
like
was-
if you're
that was
in
patient
the
zero.
like if you're in the cuck situation, like anywhere in there, I think getting coronavirus might be like a benefit to you. You know what I mean? Like it's just it adds some spice to your life that you were obviously missing, right?
That's a good point. They might like it. I'm sure there's somebody out there fetishizing like, yeah, the bull is healthy, but I have coronavirus. I can't touch my wife. Something like that, you know?
Hooked up to an IV machine, watching your wife get plowed by a bull.
Getting
As he comes, your heart monitor stops.
Yeah, bro.
It's just
Virus.
as you choke on lung failure.
My life
So
is complete.
Muda, that's the thing about the our mothers liking our stuff is funny to me because mine she has no idea, and if she did, she would hate it because every single time she asks me, she still doesn't know really. It's been like 3 years and she's still very much in the dark, and it's always, Kaya, you don't talk about political stuff. You don't swear, do you? Please don't swear on the internet. So,
Bro, your mom's so innocent. I love it.
Don't worry, Miss
Yeah.
Orson. We take care of your boy if you're listening.
He's
She
never
doesn't
said a naughty word in his life. He's a good boy.
Dude, she can't know, man. If this fucking virus does her in, at least come on, she has to pass knowing
She has to.
How would
thinking
she
I'm a good
feel?
person.
How would she feel? How would she feel, in your honest opinion, knowing that you've got a poster that you come over and you're willing to sell that to someone?
That will kill her before the coronavirus.
Oh, no.
If I really wanted to speed it up, if I wanted to do some assisted suicide, I would just tell her what I do on the internet.
I jack off onto a cheetah poster. Yeah.
Yeah, that was always a fun conversation when my mom first found out. And then like what really kind of pushed it over the edge was there was this one dude who drew like this hentai of me like fucking an Asari from Mass Effect. So like they dude, I gotta be real with you. Like, it was weird at first, but like when my mom showed it to me, I'm like, wow, that's disgusting. But in my head, I was like, that's some really good fucking drawing, dude. Like the line composition is all there. I feel kind of fucking honored, you know? Like it looked really fucking good, you know? And then she found more. And then I'm looking at it, I'm like, dude, it's like a treasure trove of like hentai about me, dude. Like, to her, I was like, yeah, it's disgusting. And then she was so innocent. She's like, can you delete this off the internet? I'm like, you know, once it's on there, it's, you know, right? Like, once it's on there, it's kind of on there, Ma. I really don't know what to do.
She should just embrace it, start putting it on the fridge, put magnets on it and shit.
Speaking
I was going to say, send it to her as like a Christmas card.
Okay,
Yeah,
enough of a
frame it,
tangent.
like-
Charlie, how many of your little fan fictions, your childhood fanfics do you have?
That's right.
I want to get back to this.
Hold on. Let me grab
Give
my
us, like,
my
yeah.
folders real quick.
He's
That's the
documented them all.
filthiest one, dude.
In the meantime, Andrew, I think you have something to tell us.
All right, let's take a peek at the old dossier over here.
While Charlie's setting up, I can tell you guys about something interesting I found on the internet.
Like, where would I go if I needed like cheap fan fiction written about me, Andrew?
Yeah. If you didn't want to hire Charlie, let's say that Charlie's fan fiction or Charlie's children's stories were not up to snuff, you could maybe use a website to find freelance talent for your business or project. And that website that I would recommend is Fiverr. Because thanks to Fiverr, finding the right freelancer doesn't have to be a struggle. Fiverr's marketplace helps you get more done with less. Fiverr connects businesses with freelancers who offer hundreds of digital services, including graphic design, copywriting, web programming, film editing, and even maybe fan fiction writing. You can delve into their depths of talent and see what they've got for you. Find what you're looking for instantly, search by service, deadline, price, reviews, way more.
And you can sell your
24/7.
By the way, it's
That's
not
true.
just
You
don't just have to be a
sign
customer.
yourself
You
up.
can be a seller. Do you have some skill? Are you good at art? Any sort of, even no matter how depraved, fan fiction writing,
I can
graphic
make some good
design,
stick
coding.
figures, bro.
You can simply go to Fiverr and market your skills. Especially in this
That's right.
economy now with the virus, where you have to kind of work from home. Most of us do, at least. So, give it a shot.
That's why you can take 5 and check out Fiverr.com. That's Fiverr.com, 2 R's. And you'll receive 10% off your first order by using code OFFICIAL. It's so easy. Don't waste any more time and get the service you deserve by going to Fiverr.com. Code OFFICIAL. Fiverr. It starts here. $5 or somewhere around there for a simple, easy service you may need. Mudahar, if you signed yourself up for Fiverr, what would you give the people?
I would give them my finest stick figure drawings that I've ever come up with. I'm a real expert when it comes to that, and I think I could really benefit the masses by providing them with
I can tell it by your tone. You're confident. You're selling it well. It would probably be one of the highest selling products on the website, and you can find out what the highest selling things on the website are by going to Fiverr.com. 10% off. Code official. Charlie, are you ready?
Yeah, so if I had to put like a number of novellas that I wrote, it's looking like maybe 15. Maybe.
So that's 15 episodes worth of content. That's pretty good.
But there's like, they're very scattered manuscripts. Like, for example, I just have one here. I'll show the camera. It's called Chapter 1, and it's the story of Tick and Drake, from what I can gather.
I don't want you to
So I
spoil
only
it.
have, like,
Tick and Drake?
yeah.
Spoil it.
How many?
What are you waiting for?
Charlie, how many?
The blockbuster movie?
Charlie, how many franchises do you think you have?
Actually,
Oh, wow.
I found, so,
How many characters are in the Charlie cinematic universe?
well, you laugh, but I almost took over the world with Nutty Noodle Man. So I have 2 full Nutty Noodle Mans, 2 full Moon Ninjas, and then 5 Nutty Noodle Man sequels that I had in the works. We have Nutty Noodle Man versus the Idiotic Insects, Nutty Noodle Man versus the Dumb Dinosaurs, Nutty Noodle Man versus the Idiotic Aliens, and Nutty Noodle Man versus the Cool Cows.
These sound like Captain Underpants titles.
I was very clearly influenced by Captain Underpants, I imagine.
Dumb dinosaurs. What's that part?
I never got to it.
Don't
Those
spoil
were in the works. No, those
Did you
were
get to the? Did
prototypes.
you get to the cool cows?
Yeah, I actually found. Well, I don't have the Nutty Noodle Man crossover, but I have the Cool Cow Adventures Chapter 1.
Oh,
You know
dude,
what we
that
should do
sounds-
is read these and then crowdsource the sequels. Is let people write a sequel on our Reddit and such, and just pick the best one.
That's not a bad idea.
That is a pretty fucking cool idea.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
bro, I
which
wanna see
one?
the cool cow lore.
Which one would you like to read today, Charlie? How many pages is it anyway?
I figured I'd just start with this one page for what is I can only imagine is called Chapter 1 Tick and Drake, because that's all I have. So if
How old were you when you wrote these?
6 or 7, maybe 8.
Okay.
The 7-year-old mind of Charlie.
Do you have any of your recent work? Well, I want to see how it compares.
I can't say any of that.
It's just the same.
Yeah.
Nutty Noodle Man.
Well, if you go by titles, my recent work is The Man Who Forgot How to Poop. That sounds like some Nutty Noodle Man shit.
It really does.
Nutty
That was
Noodle
me
Man
2
snooze.
months
You really
ago.
have progressed.
Bro, that was me not too long ago. That's too personal. Fuck.
I know, man. All right, let's hit it. Chapter 1. Once there was a man. The man was a wimp no matter what. His name was Drake. This is the story of Drake. This man called Drake was always pushed around. One day, Tick, Drake's unliked classmate, told Drake to prepare for a beating. They were at the edge of Rocky Point, one of the biggest cliffs in town. Hey, say what you want, but that's a polite bully letting him know that he's coming at him with intentions for beating.
It's like an anime villain. Prepare for a beating.
Yeah, are we witnessing that anime could have been written by 5-year-olds?
Charlie,
Maybe.
how big
I
were
think
their
we
auras
are.
when they said that? Were they powering up?
I couldn't tell you. I don't even know who I was picturing.
Yeah, bro, it was a power level there, dude. Just ramped.
Was this based off real life? Were you bullied at 8?
No, I was never bullied or anything. I don't know where it came from. I thought maybe I just wanted to tell a compelling story.
Well, maybe Charlie was Tick. He was the
With
beater.
villains.
Well, it's a perfectly written story. We have the characters, their motivations. We've been told the rising action. I'm ready for the climax.
Yeah, keep.
All right.
All right, let's go.
Tick said, "Hey Drake, you got nowhere to go but in that swamp." So Tick just pushed Drake off the cliff. Drake landed in that dirty swamp. It was deep, real deep, but he got out. But then Tick slipped in the swamp as well.
Did he get out?
I don't know. Jesus, I'm fucking on the edge of my seat.
Are there pictures? Are
Yeah,
there
bro,
pictures
fuck.
included?
No pictures. I tell the story. I
dude.
paint a picture with words, Andrew.
I know, it's really vivid. People falling in swamps. I
Yeah,
like
it's
it.
like a Stephen King novel. Keep going.
No, bro, continue. We need to hear more. This is grabbing me, dude.
Yeah.
The next day, both were sick. When they went to their job, they both were talking gibberish. After that, they both started farting like crazy. They ran like crazy to their car and drove home. Both went to sleep at home. Tick and Drake became very stupid for a week, but they got better over time.
It's so topical.
Only a week. Only a week.
Only a week, boys.
Did they buy all the toilet paper too?
Yeah, they might have
Yeah, bro.
panicked.
Did they stock up on toothpaste and shit?
I couldn't tell you, but good news is they did get better over time, and that's where chapter 1 concludes.
Charlie, your stories are literally just, and then this thing happened, but then they
Right.
got better. And
That
then
sounds
this
like
thing
Game of
happened.
Thrones season 8. Yeah.
Bro, he's keeping me on the edge of my seat. It's just right. It's just a roller coaster of emotions. I like it.
Anything could happen, but thankfully everything will be resolved immediately.
Well, that's the,
Good job, Andrew, critiquing 8-year-old Charlie on his screenwriting abilities.
Andrew's
No,
giving
yeah,
a 50% on a tomato meter.
Yeah, come on, man. It was a good attempt there.
yeah, I
Hey.
thought we had something with Tick and
Hey,
Drake.
the art should stand on its own without the artist. I'm
I
just
agree.
critiquing it from
Oh,
a-
wait, was that the end?
It's a
They just get
Yeah,
stupid?
that was where
oh.
that was chapter
no.
1, dude.
That was
Oh, yeah.
fantastic.
Yeah, they got
Wow.
better over a week.
That was
Okay.
super interesting from start to finish. I like how you didn't meander, you didn't get too fluffy with your
Yeah.
language. It was great.
we didn't get lost in any side quests.
Yeah.
I
It
like
was
that
just you go to the
cliffhanger, man.
swamp, you get fallen, dude.
Tick and Drake. Were you
It's like-
watching Drake and Josh, perhaps?
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
I think what it
Dude,
was Drake and the 99 Dragons.
Oh God, why would you do that one?
Dude, why? When you said Tick, I thought you actually meant like the character Tick. I was like, huh. That's kind of a cute reference.
Yeah.
Yeah, right? Like, the blue dude.
I'm finding a lot more in here as I go through it. This is called, I won't read anymore, we can save it, but this is called Mystery Banana, The Beginning.
Jackson, your artwork did get stuck in there.
Mystery Banana?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, dude.
Let's save that one for a bonus next week.
A title like that, yeah.
Save weight.
Yeah,
save
one story per week per episode sounds like a good deal.
Yes.
I think we may have had a crossover. I hope it's extremely pornographic and like it's a script like mine.
Dude, you should go to
Just roll like
you should go to Fiverr and get an animation.
Describing his 8-inch cock. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just saying you should go to Fiverr and like get those animated. I'd pay for that.
Maybe we need Tick and Drake. That's actually not a bad idea. Oh, this is called Alien Intruders.
Oh, now it does sound like one of them, novels for the women.
Hentai?
Erotic novels. No, with the the ones with.
How the fuck do you get to women erotic novels with alien invasion? That could be so broad.
No, Muda, you know those novels where it's just every single time it's a dude with his abs exposed and the title's something like "Aliens fuck me in my butt." It sounds like that a little.
You mean by Chuck
Tingle? Man,
Chuck
we
Tingle.
need to talk about our Book of the Month Club shit, because that sounds fucking way more exciting than what I look at. Fuck. Abs and shit, dude. That sounds kind of hot. Fuck.
Do women masturbate more to books than porn? No. Do women masturbate to books?
Percentage-wise, yes. More women get off to like novels and books and stories than
How do you
images.
read and masturbate?
They get in the fantasy.
Well, you hold it with one hand and you go to town with the other.
Yeah. If the book's that good, you're gonna be holding it with 2 hands.
Do you require both hands to masturbate?
No, I require both hands to read.
Let's release these as PDFs and we can find out.
Flicking her bean to Nutty Noodle Man and Tick and Drake. Jesus. What is Nutty Noodle Man gonna do
That's
next?
a good ethical question, Charlie. If you did that, is that child pornography?
What
If you put those out there and people masturbated to it, think about it. He wrote them when he was 8 years old.
Yeah, but he's the
it's not
author,
of him.
not the subject.
Yeah, but Tick and Drake aren't 8 years old.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's fair.
exactly. They had their own jobs.
Yeah.
But it's pornography produced by a
Tick and Drake
child.
do for a living? Wait, fuck.
Yeah,
But it's
They
pornography
complete
made
the
by a
lore.
child.
Then it would be child author pornography, which is a weird term. I don't even like using it.
The subtle
Yeah,
difference.
wait, dude, thanks. Now the white van outside my house is a fucking reason. Thanks, dude.
Their ears just perked up.
Look, man. It's like, finally we can bust him, dude. Fuck.
Just
We
like
got the evidence we need.
Interpol and the CIA arrest a child pornography ring, but they're all just authors, like all the children. That's what they were
Yeah,
after.
right.
Is a fucking
They get their
authors club.
concubines together and go, yeah, write me a story. Ooh, tell me a tale.
Yeah, Commander walks in. So what'd you find, sir? I found a ring to bust. Like FBI's going all on us, dude. Fuck.
Is that Nutty Noodle Man? Oh,
Yeah,
God.
the nutty.
He struck again.
He was only 8 when he wrote this. Fucking perverts.
Imagine his power level now that he's fucking 20, bro.
They put Charlie's ass in jail. What's the statute of limitations, damn it?
now for writing.
Yeah, like the judge goes,
they were waiting for the perfect time.
The judge goes, well, he's over 18 now. What do you want me to do? I can't lock him up.
Oh, man. Charlie, could you imagine
He was
the
ahead of his
implications?
time.
Could you imagine the implications if instead his name was Nutting Noodle Man?
Oh man, that'd be. Well, I'd be so ahead of my time with that.
Bro, that's a remake right there.
Yeah. Nuts didn't even exist back then. That's
Not
a new
as
term.
that slang term, no.
We should-
You're right.
yeah,
Well,
you could ejaculate
actually,
then.
bust a nut was a thing, just not like nutting. But yeah, bust a nut was definitely a thing back then.
Was it? I
Well,
don't know.
ahead of your time.
I have
I don't
no
recall.
recollection of when I was 8.
I think we need to go into the good old time machine and figure that one out. Fuck.
Yeah. But you guys were 8 and I was like 5, so
That's true.
Yeah,
What
back in the day,
is
we
someone
I doubt we would have heard it.
yelling a protest in the back? Who's making that noise?
it's Kata playing with a dog toy.
Sounded like a child complaining.
That definitely does sound like a protest or something outside of like a meat factory. Protesting nutty noodle or whatever it is.
Yeah, they heard it and they're already sickened.
Keep this perversion away from our children. We're like Pornhub right now. Did you guys see that? So in Italy right now, you guys have heard, I'm sure, that Italy is under quarantine, like 16 million something people. And the church announced that
people?
16 something, I think. A lot of them.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Yeah,
dude.
millions of people.
Wait, 16?
I think so, yeah.
Way
bro.
more than that, surely. That would be a smaller population than Australia. It's all of Italy that's under quarantine.
Could be, yeah. Well, my point is, so the church announced that all churches would be
Like
closed.
60 million.
And Pornhub announced that all porn, their premium services would be free in Italy.
Holy fuck.
Yeah.
I said 60 million. Italy's population is 60 million. Exactly.
Oh,
Fucking nailed that.
Okay.
monster.
Yeah.
Just one for the record books, baby.
So maybe it is our duty to release these chat logs for free. Charlie, that is so distracting. It sounds like vegan activists outside of your home just protesting with a
really.
megaphone. What is that
Dude,
toy?
really want?
Does it just play an MP3 of Justin Bieber every time it's bitten? What is that?
I think it's barnyard animal noises.
It sounds like it sounds like some fucking SNES game. Just like listen to it real close. The fuck? Sounds like those off-brand SNES games.
It sounds like when you take
It sounds like a
damage.
rubber chicken getting fucked.
Yeah, a little bit.
You know, I wasn't gonna jump to that, but I'm glad you got the frame of reference for it.
Don't worry, I'm an expert in that field.
Well, speaking of experts, you're also an expert in the fashion field, I'd imagine, Andrew, yes?
Oh, absolutely, 100%. That's why I often wear Movement watches. You know, do one of you boys want to take Movement? They've been a long-time sponsor. I think we all have nice things to say about Movement.
Jackson.
Oh, well, Movement watches are just beautiful timepieces that you can get for a cost-effective price at mvmt.com/official. They're really just the best timepieces that money can buy. And like I said, they're extremely inexpensive, I would say. The company was started by 2 college dropouts, and now they've sold over 2 million watches in over 160 countries. So you know it's a proven route to wearing the best quality watches that you can buy.
You could get me to buy anything.
At least close the door.
I'm gonna go do that.
Charlie, just so distracting to hear camels fuck in the back. Whatever that is.
So, to continue on with Movement watches start at just $95. You're looking at $400 for the same quality from a traditional brand. So $95, that's pretty good in my
And
books.
it's online delivery. You don't have to go to the store and haggle with some man who's gonna not only, kind of screw you over
in
on
your
the
face.
price and give you a virus. You get to order this online and it will be shipped to your door without any diseases.
To get 15% off today with free shipping and free returns, like Kaya just said, by going to mvmt.com/official. That's mvmt.com/official. They're launching new styles on their site all the time, so go check it out, mvmt.com/official. Join the movement.
That's right. I personally have owned 5 different Movement watches in my lifetime. I've given away 3 of them as gifts, and every time they go, man, what a great looking watch. Check them out.
We all love Movement.
Yeah,
and we
all
wear
of us do.
wear
They all,
Movement.
because it's ordered online instead of in person. They also go, wow, this is nice. This did not give me a fever. This is
What's
really,
the code
really
again?
sweet.
Can I get that?
That is mvmt.com/official.
I might get the black top caviar. You guys got me sold.
They're pretty nice.
Yeah, they look
If you
really
become
nice.
Andrew's friend, he might give you one for your birthday.
Oh my
I still
god,
have one
Andrew.
extra one left. You never know. You might be on my Christmas list.
Oh my god. We should talk more, dude.
So you're trying to schmooze in on my friendship just to get a watch?
Look, man.
If you become his boyfriend,
An
he'll give you even more.
MVMT watch.
Look, I mean,
Movement watch though, Andrew.
I mean, the way you build it, I gotta smooth them somehow, right? Fuck. I'm just gonna be real. Your ad reads are so good. You could get me to download Raid Shadow Legends, honestly. you could win. You'd be the one dude to convince me, honestly. That'd be the best.
Hey man, did you guys hear that? Did you ad companies out there hear that? The fucking ordinary gamer is hyping up our ad reads. Maybe we're the show to get on.
Yeah.
Please send us more movement watches.
A lot of people
Look,
are going to be locked up in home these days watching podcasts. Cashing on it, you guys.
How long do you
Sponsor
think it's
us.
going to last for? How long do you think that's going to last for? People locked up in their homes? I think it's going to be a couple months at least, right?
not-
Like with the virus and shit.
Oh, definitely. But what do you mean locked up? Do you
Yeah.
mean mandated lockup by the
You
government?
know, like, I mean, like, you know, most of the stay at home, kind of, you know, work from home, do what you can, like, don't come to work kind of shit.
So
Like this.
well, if you mean self-imposed, I think well over a year. But I think it has one silver lining at least, which is, again, what I told Jackson earlier. We talked about this a lot. Is the one silver lining is I think that a lot of boomer-run businesses are going to see the point in, or they're going to see that working from home might be a viable option, rather than just calling everyone into work all the time. Because I get why you need your employees to do manual labor to come into work, but if you know you have an IT guy and all he does is check your whatever the fuck he does email maintenance or server maintenance or something like that, where he works on your website, does he really need to come into work? Probably not, man. You can probably work from home. So I think a lot of them are going to learn that.
It's kind of funny to think about how this is one of the most advantageous times that the virus could have happened. Because think about if this had happened maybe just even, 20, 30 years ago? Just how fucked the economy would be if everyone had to stay home because of a pandemic and no one could go to work.
Yeah,
But
at least
now
we
with
have the
so
internet.
many people having options, with the internet and home delivery and so many people having different online options for work, it's not nearly as impactful to everything as it could have been.
Yeah.
So, at least that's something.
Yeah, small silver
I
lining,
just
suppose.
I just hope it gets cleared up sooner, you know? I mean, like, lately I just got to deal with family pretty much, you know, staying at home. Like, I've got my aunt's kids who are, like, excited as fuck. Oh, we don't have to go to school or anything. And I'm just kind of like, man, where the fuck
we
was
might
this?
die.
Like, you know?
Yay.
Well, they're
the
like,
kids
oh,
won't
we get
die.
to stay home and play Fortnite all
No.
day. Fuck yeah, dude. Hell yeah, it's great. But I'm just like, damn. Like, I see that, like, when school shut down for, like, 3-4 weeks, I'm like, bro, this is kind of fucked. I mean, you know, like, I used to, like, you know, I went from, like, it's just, because I was one of those people where I was like, don't panic as much, don't panic. And then now it's like, when I see the government's fully, like, shut down and, like, pretty much half the infrastructure's gone overnight, you know, that's kind of freaky shit. I mean, that's when you got to take it super duper seriously, right? Because it's like, you have to understand, all of this probably comes from, like, doctors who are telling you not to do it. So when the doctors are telling you, it's probably pretty fucked up internationally, right?
Yeah, I think, you know, Jackson, you said this is the first time you've ever seen me take something seriously, like a mass panic, right? And I think at this point, you know, this is the first time I've ever seen any major news event last more than a week or two, because that's usually
I like the
people's
implication
lifespan.
there that Kaya's opinion on like an event is what determines its severity. I didn't mean it like that.
I know you don't mean it like that, but that's the point, though, right?
Kaya. DEFCON, bro.
This is a 5 on the Kaya alert level.
Like the presidents, they all cite me like, dude, he cares now.
It's like the highest DEFCON level right now.
We've just
I love
gotten
it.
word that Kaya Orson gives a shit. This is not a drill. This is a serious problem.
No, I don't think I'm not trying to sound arrogant. I think you guys know what I mean is, you know, every other news event usually just lasts for like 2 days. This World War III shit died within 48 hours, but this has been going on for a while now. So it's a sign to me that maybe there's something to this and we need to take it seriously.
It's not just that it's been going on for a while, because while it hasn't been like a super long time or anything. It's that it's constantly evolving and increasing in the severity
and
of it.
just how contagious it is and how fast it's moving.
Getting
That's the
worse
big
and
thing.
worse. Yeah. So like, you know, like I said, I'm sure we sound kind of like fucking, oh, just a hoax, bro. Like fucking anti-vaxxers just 2 episodes ago. And then, you know, within 2 minutes.
Don't get started on the anti-vaxxers. Fuck
those fuckers.
Waste of calm, bro.
Have you noticed how they've been really quiet about this whole thing? You know, they've been very in the background, just sitting there like,
I just gotta say this to an anti-vaxxer, like to anybody that's an anti-vaxxer out there. Look, I'm just gonna be real from my perspective. I'd rather be a little fucking autistic than fucking dead. I'm just gonna put that out there, you know. Like at least if I'm autistic, like guess what? At least I'm still breathing, you know. Maybe I know what a window tastes like.
Actually, that's great. This is exactly the kind of situation that would frequently be happening if it weren't for vaccines of other contagious diseases.
Yeah. So honestly, if we do develop a vaccine, they should be last in line. You don't want to vaccinate? Okay.
No, dude, imagine the fucking imagine the gymnastics, the mental gymnastics you're gonna do to like fucking get out of it. Now they know the severity of the situation, but I mean, fuck.
So there's already conspiracy theories about, I don't know if you guys have heard, but the conspiracy theory among the really ardent anti-vaxxers and some other conspiracy theorists is that this is not the virus, but it's actually the 5G internet wavelength that is giving everyone radiation poisoning. So they think...
Bro,
yeah.
what?
So what they think is that, 5G, it's like radiation to people, and the first city where they tried this is Wuhan, so that's why it started there. The company just rolled out 5G as an experiment in Wuhan. That's why everyone got sick, they say, it's actually 5G internet.
Wouldn't it be fucking wild if they turned out to be right?
Yeah, do you have a better idea, Kaya? You want to spout some shit, you better have something to back it up.
Well, look, I'm not a conspiracy...
At least they're trying to help.
That sounds helpful.
Yeah.
Look, man. What a shame 5G would be the one to cause the coronavirus. I mean, okay, but like, here's the thing. You're telling him to find proof. How the fuck is the correlation there? Come on now. How the fuck do radio waves make a fucking biological virus?
I don't know.
The Chinese have 5G. What, right? You said that?
I don't know who does.
I think the world has 5G now.
Yeah. No, the world does, but I think
right now,
I think most companies have not rolled it out yet, the actual 5G, and so the conspiracy...
Because it's extremely dangerous.
We don't know the effects of 5G yet, Kaya.
Have you not been paying attention? They don't use it because it causes coronavirus.
Jesus, Jackson, the coronavirus is a hoax.
Downloading hentai in 3 seconds on your mobile phone, man. Humanity tried to fucking evolve too fast.
We weren't ready. We flew too close to the sun.
You can't download Charlie's fucking child author porn too fast, otherwise you'll get the disease.
Right? Somebody even posted it right here in the Discord. Social media fuck, dude. 5G.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, people will come with a conspiracy for anything, though. I mean, there's this article links to like a whole YouTube video too. It's fucking... That's always great. I like the, speaking of conspiracies, that's what makes me excited about YouTube in general, the conspiracy rabbit hole of YouTube. Like anytime like you leave the autoplay on like late at night and it's just like you wake up in the morning and it's like lizard, like here's how the lizards are taking over your fucking bank account in the morning. Like, bro, how did I go from a Linus Tech Tips video to this overnight? Like, where was the correlation?
So I'll tell you how it goes.
That's what the lizards want.
Linus Tech Tips reviewing the new phone to reviewing 5G to is 5G causing coronavirus to the Jews did it. Yeah. Basically, that's a breadcrumb trail.
It always gets back to the Jews doing it, man.
It really does.
You know what? We should just all do like a conspiracy hour. That's what the future of it all should be. Fuck.
I love conspiracy shit, man. I think conspiracy shit is some of the most fun stuff. YouTube's
harmless conspiracies.
Oh,
the anti-vaxxers and shit really does just frustrate me.
Are you guys telling me you all really don't believe in the flat Earth though? For real?
I can't. I mean, that's harmless.
Yeah,
it's always
good evidence from both sides.
They all always justify everything they believe with, well, there's no actual images of it or this and that, so they use the same excuse for the flat earth. For example, they say that all the photos that NASA takes, they say that's CG, we don't actually have any real images of the planet. And they say the same thing about viruses. They go, well, did you know that no one's ever taken an actual photo of a virus? It's all computer rendered.
No one's ever spoken or communicated with a virus before, Kaya.
Yeah, they're not real, dude.
To be fair, we've never established contact. We don't know what their terms are. We don't even know if they're real.
Viruses are just.
We need to send a negotiator.
Look, man.
Has anyone tried Morse
Miss
code?
Frizzle in the school bus.
Send in Denzel Washington.
Morse code. What are we gonna telegraph the fucking virus now?
Yeah, use like whale sounds to communicate
The
with it.
viruses are using 5G. We should be able to communicate with them. We just have to get on the right wavelength, and then we can communicate with them.
Well, apparently
That's what 5G is intended for.
well, apparently it's the
Is
wrong wavelength.
Is 5G the missing link between us and virus communication?
Ooh,
Allegedly, it's what let them get through to
it
us.
can't be the missing
You know,
link
honestly,
because that would prove evolution, which is also hoax. Remember.
Good point.
dude.
Know your conspiracies,
it doesn't
bro.
exist, bro. Creationism.
Uh-huh.
The world was made in 6 days. Okay, I don't care what the fuck you guys say. I'm just putting it out there.
What I'm wondering is there going to ever become a point where these conspiracies are so widely believed that then there's conspiracies about those conspiracies and it's like conspiracyception?
I hope so. I hope one day
You gotta
there's a
think about it
new
like this, yeah.
younger Alex Jones going, dude, how can people ever believe Alex Jones? He's so retarded. It's a conspiracy. He's telling people that vaccines don't work, but that's a conspiracy, bro. I hope that happens, so he gets a taste of his own medicine. You guys see it got arrested recently?
The globe is actually round.
You gotta realize too,
wait, for
right?
what?
Like when the year 3000 hits or some shit, dude. They're like the conspiracies are gonna be even fucking wilder. You know, like let's say like humanity crumbles and shit in like the year 2400. We're gonna be like a previous civilization and some shit. Imagine like the year 3000, like trying to make up for the whatever we had, you know?
Yeah, well...
And the Bible's going to be Professor Nutty or whatever. Man.
And it's going to turn out we couldn't stop it. It's like the Mayan...
It's way better than if somebody finds Sonic fan fiction. It's better than that. I mean, fuck.
That's right. Nutty Noodle Man's the savior.
I'll be honest, though. I think we are the generation of just dashed hopes, man. So if you think about it, all of us... I don't know how old you are, Muta, but I know that the four of us here on the podcast...
I'm an old man.
We grew up with the hopes of, one day we'll have flying cars and a zombie apocalypse. And instead we got, whatever, electric cars, which are, they're cute,
Have
but
you seen
whatever.
the fucking Pornhub recommendations nowadays? That's my future, bro. Yeah, you're right. You thought flying cars?
Yeah, we thought flying cars, and instead we got fucking electric cars, and, instead of a zombie apocalypse, we get this fucking virus that kind of just kills our grandpas, which is really lame. It's not as extreme.
You mean
it's also not nothing.
Boomer remover, as people call it?
Yeah. Oh my god.
But I can pay my favorite Twitch streamers money.
And they'll
So
recognize
technology
me,
isn't
bro.
all too bad.
OnlyFans is the future, baby.
Yeah.
Do you have an OnlyFans?
Not yet. We'll get there one day.
Can guys have OnlyFans? Has there been a successful male?
Take a picture of your asshole and put it up there. We'll find out.
Well,
Start the
Jackson,
trend.
I can tell you this much: no one's ever wanted to pay me $50,000 so far. So.
You post a picture of your starfish, you never know, dude. Might get lucky.
That is
going to get out there eventually.
That is an interesting question, actually. I don't think I've heard of any male OnlyFans.
It's a sexist industry. I hate it.
Dude, it's like porn. Porn is just sexist in general, bro. Like, us guys get no recognition, dude.
Well, that's not true. Manuel Ferreira. Yeah. He's pretty big.
Make the jump. Next time you're looking at porn, just stare at the guy instead. Jerk off.
You know, you're right. Maybe I should give him some appreciation.
Wait a minute. Oh my god. Are we going to have to ramp down porn too, since you can't have an orgy in the middle of a bukkake team in the middle of a
my god, no.
pandemic,
Don't
right?
you dare.
A bunch of people,
They can wear hazmat
just
suits.
a bunch of
call
dudes
it a Corona gangbang, bro.
shooting their infested cum in a woman's mouth. That's not gonna work. We're gonna have to ramp down production here.
Hazmat suits.
You say it's not going to work, bro. There's somebody out there willing to pay big bucks for that, though.
I'm one.
Yeah.
There's somebody out there who's waiting for that video to drop, and he's like, that's when I'll get a Brazzers subscription. That's when I'll get a Black.com sub. That's when I'll get on there.
Yeah, man. I want.
Does anyone actually pay for Pornhub Premium and that kind of stuff?
I don't know, man. I don't know.
I hope so. That keeps him employed.
Well, yeah.
Someone's got to support him.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it depends on the person, right? Like, some people, like, I only fucked at professional porn, you know? Like, I don't fucking do this regular amateur shit.
That's kind of worse than the pay pigs to me, then, because you can get this stuff for free.
No, you can't get all of it for free. What the fuck are you talking about? There's so many like behind paywalls that you have to pay for.
What do you mean all of it? There's just an internet full of porn out there to meet your every demand.
Well, it's kind of like this,
all
right?
of the productions.
Can you get Netflix like shows for free? Yeah, you can torrent them, but I mean, you know, it's kind of the case.
So, no, there's there's no free website of Netflix.
So Jackson, I think I get your point. I also get trolleys though, because when you can get a whole lot of photos of tits for free, but you don't get that little incel cuckold kick from paying a woman whom you are obsessed with and have an internet crush
that wasn't
on.
my point.
No, I'm talking about paying Pornhub.
Yeah, but that's because you get a whole like fucking barrage of pornography. You don't just get like one specific person. Because I don't agree with you. Like one specific person, that's kind of like a stupid purchase. But if you get like a whole barrage of it,
well, no, there's more of an emotional connection on at least on your end when you're targeting.
Wait, do you emotionally connect when you watch porn? I mean,
I know it's sad. I'm not saying it's not sad.
I mean, I think of the story a lot when I watch professional porn. Fuck yeah, dude. Sometimes they have really good stories. What am I gonna say?
Jackson and I watched a porn together recently without the porn in it. We just watched.
I wish you wouldn't say that. I wish you wouldn't say that.
Why? It was a cool experience. We watched the Scooby-Doo porn parody together, but without any of the porn. It was good.
Oh, you watched the version without the porn?
It was great, man. That was a good little movie. I think you read it.
Was there a good mystery with it and everything? Like, was it well thought out?
No.
Well, there was no mystery. It was more of who made Shaggy come at a party. It wasn't that engaging, but I mean,
the only real mystery was what do these people look like naked? Since we did watch the non-porn version, so I guess we added the mystery to it.
Oh no!
The writing was good. The writing was real good.
It's when you like it, when they get the good production value, right?
Yeah.
When they actually get like M. Night Shyamalan to write this fucking Scooby-Doo porn out.
I do wonder what we missed out on because there was no porn there. We probably missed.
I went and looked.
You did? How was it?
Yeah, it was pretty alright. Like Velma masturbates on her own in the bathroom, and then it's just like all the rest is standard porn.
All right.
That's pretty typical to me.
God, I can't get that image out of my head. Fuck you. God damn.
Which one?
The Scooby-Doo with Velma masturbating in her head. Scooby-Doo, Shaggy coming. Like, there's just so much going on.
No, there was no Scooby.
Yeah, there was no
Scooby in the Scooby-Doo.
Well, who was fucking... Okay, I'm glad Scooby-Doo wasn't in the fucking porno call. That's clickbait right there.
The end scene is just Shaggy fucking Scooby.
Now that kind of aggravates me because you got this porno called Scooby-Doo, but there's like the titular character isn't fucking there. Like, what's the point?
That's the next Scooby-Doo series, a porno called Scooby-Doo.
They should have at least done the what's that other series? Not
the Ripping Friends?
No, the Pokemon.
The Ripping Friends?
Parody.
Did I just hear a fucking Ripping Friends reference in 2020? Holy shit, you are old.
Yeah, man.
Wow, the fucking Ripping Friends.
The greatest animated show ever.
Oh my god, I haven't heard that in decades. Holy fuck.
It's this really kick-ass animated show from back in the day. You gotta check it out. Fuck.
I'm impressed by your reference knowledge, man. You've earned my respect with that fucking obscure one.
Well, stop fucking coming, dude. You explain it.
Oh, it's nothing to explain. It was a John Kay cartoon. The guy who nothing to explain after that reaction. It's by the guy who made Ren and Stimpy, and it was about a group of superheroes called the Ripping Friends, and like I don't even remember anything they did except their catchphrase was "Let's rip them apart." And it was just super dumb, and it was only like 6 episodes, and I think it was on Adult Swim. But
yeah, it was on like, back in the day, it was like the night, like I had to sneak out of my fucking bed to watch it, like ninja style, get this show in.
That was back when Adult Swim first started, when they still had like fucking home movies and Harvey Birdman and all that shit, and just the Ripping Friends would come on. Holy fuck, what a specific reference.
Well, this looks kind of cool. I'm watching some clips.
It's very well animated, and it has a great art style, but it just never went anywhere.
Which is kind of a shame. I don't think that a show like that could work anymore nowadays.
So what was it about? Like, what the fuck was the whole plot? I barely remember it.
It's just like a superhero show. Like, they were all brothers somehow. I don't know how it fucking worked, and they had like He-Mom to guide them through the adventures of...
Oh, yeah. Well, apparently it started on Fox Kids and then later went to Adult Swim. That's interesting.
Yeah, I'm looking. Yeah, see, I recognize from my Teletoon right here. That's where I watched it up here in Canadian land.
Yeah. Holy shit. Fucking ripping friends.
Dude, we're talking about the Scooby-Doo porn parody. It just popped into my head.
Naturally, as it does.
I could only imagine what the Ripping Friends porn parody is too. It's just gape assholes or some shit.
How could
they
you
really
not
should dress someone up as Scoob?
How could you
how
could you not enjoy this TV show? It has a recurring character called Jimmy the Idiot Boy, who's voiced by the creator of the show, and his character description is a mentally challenged drooling child.
Oh no!
What a cartoon!
Well, that's pretty wild. That is some 2001 shit for sure.
Yeah.
I'm
Jackson,
glad they didn't go with the more
they,
apt description.
If they depicted Scooby, it would be a furry thing at this point, right?
No. What I was saying is even the Pokemon porn has Pikachu, but it's just a woman painted yellow.
It's actually
It's a disgusting monster.
It's actually Pikachu, but I'll let you slide it.
It's a fucking horrific monster designed to look like Pikachu.
I'm glad you knew that at least.
Thanks for the decadent pedantry there.
I mean, listen, man. You can't just criticize art like that and not get it right.
What number in the Pokedex is that?
You guys think that one day when
69, dude.
future people stumble upon our ruins after we've all died from this fucking virus,
I honestly hope we don't.
They're gonna look at our hard drives trying to decipher hieroglyphics. What is this yellow bitch doing here? What is this woman? Why is she painted?
It's gonna be dude. It's gonna be taught in colleges of 3000, bro. Imagine that. Human human history and shit. It's gonna be pre-human society used to jack off to fucking Pokemon porn parodies.
Cave drawings of Pokemon titties.
Yes.
I honestly think that digital archaeology is going to be a thing. People who make it their job to dig through old social media and that sort of stuff. Do they?
That already exists. Yeah, computer forensics.
That's more isn't that more like trying to find proof of criminal activity on somebody's computer and such?
Well, not necessarily defragging hard drives and stuff, going through old hard drives and resalvaging the stuff in there.
They usually try to do that only to prove a crime, right? I'm talking about 1,000 years from now, somebody going through, I don't know, an old archive of Twitter from the year 2017 to decipher memes and what they were and why. That's what I mean.
Man, that liberal arts degree is going to be really fucking useful then, right?
I don't know.
Finally.
1,000 years from now,
that's a question I wanted to toss you guys for a while, but keep forgetting. What do you think the most useless college degree you can get in this day and age is?
Oh man, I mean,
don't all universities have different degrees?
There's a oh man, dude, I'm looking at the Discord chat, man. It's just popping off with that. That's exactly what I was thinking.
Dude, our people are good.
I don't want to say that though. That seems like the easy response.
Yeah.
I was thinking. So the one that I typically go to is there is a major at my university called dance therapy. And I felt like that has no practical use outside of just finishing the classes.
It's in the name, therapy. That helps people.
No, no. From what I recall, dance therapy was just the art of dancing as a kind of a catharsis kind of deal. So kind of like in the Joker movie where he
stripping dance therapy? Because you're
how do you teach
making people feel good.
It's like the opposite of therapy. You're just damaging your own soul.
I don't know if that's
no, not you, but you're helping someone.
I guess, yeah. Jack off. Is that therapy though?
Bro, I used to think the conspiracy theory major at my university was fucking bad, but that's up.
Wait, there was a conspiracy?
Hell
really?
Yeah, dude. So it was there was a whole set of classes on it. It was one of the things. So when I had to do my electives, right, it was do I go through another humanities course and fucking get bored, or do I go to conspiracy theory? So I'm like, fuck yeah, dude, I'm gonna go to conspiracy theory hour. Don't ever go to a college conspiracy theory course because it is the most.
That sounds fucking awesome.
Dude, it's the most boring fucking thing in the world. Dude, I was expecting shit about the Illuminati, 9/11, fucking chemtrails. You know what the motherfucking professor talked about? Fucking Ford Pintos. Imagine a semester for a month and a half The dude never shuts the fuck up about a Ford fucking Pinto. It's like that was the like I swear I think the Ford Pinto fucking like killed his family at one point in the class. I was like, dude, this just doesn't make it.
What is a Ford Pinto?
It's like a really shitty car that Ford made back in the fucking like 60s or 70s. That if you like dinged it the right way, it would like fucking combust and blow up on you. And I guess Ford, like, it was a conspiracy, like Ford let it happen or some shit to like let the lizards fucking take over. I don't know, dude. I passed out half the way in I started to play League of Legends, all right, like in class. You know, it's pretty fucking bad.
When, well, like, you missed the good part then.
Dude, but there was no good part. Like the only good part was like at the end of the fucking year when they gave us our like projects, right? So I met with these two Melvins in class who like I was only tied with because I never showed up to it. So like you had these one group that's like, oh, let's talk about 9/11 and shit. And I'm like, that's fucking weak sauce, bro. Get out of here. 9/11 conspiracy? That's boring. We've all seen it. I had to convince these fucking Melvins. I'm like, listen, guys, let's talk about lizards taking over the healthcare system and shit. So we had like a 30-minute presentation where none of us prepared for it. Like I pretty much went up there and bullshitted for like 15 minutes in front of this class about lizards taking over the fucking Canadian healthcare system and like fucking killing humans and shit.
Actually, that seems like such a fucking fun degree to teach. Like if you were the professor, halfway through the semester, you could just bring in a different professor to teach for you.
Bro, he was so dead inside.
And not explain anything and just watch the students think it's a giant conspiracy.
Bro, I just wish the professor didn't talk about Ford fucking Pintos all the time, bro. Like, what did it do to you? Like
you just don't understand the field,
dude. To this day, I've laid in bed at night thinking like in my head, I'm like, what the fuck is wrong? What's wrong with this one car? What did it do to this guy? Like, I want to call him up.
Well, if you had paid fucking attention in the class, you would have figured it out.
Okay, yeah, motherfucker. How the fuck are you gonna pay attention in conspiracy theory class when the motherfucker doesn't shut the fuck up about his car?
That's a good point. If I went to conspiracy theory and it's all about a fucking Ford Pinto, I'd probably tune out too.
Yeah, but I think right now the smartest capitalist move would be if Alex Jones started an online class on Skillshare or something, and he gave classes. Since everyone's locked up at home anyway, just start something fun. Even now, I'm just tempted to subscribe to his fucking whatever it is, InfoWars, just for the entertainment value.
That's where you get the real truth.
Get taken down.
That's where you get the truth.
Isn't it gone? Didn't he get censored?
He got censored off YouTube, I'm pretty sure, but he still has his own private website.
Yeah, his own website, I think. InfoWars, is it?
Dude, Alex Jones gets away with whatever he wants, dude. Like, at the end of the day, like, he's the only man that I know that can get away with fucking the frogs are gay and all that. Well, the one clip of him is the best. The one clip of him on the Joe Rogan podcast was the best thing I've ever had. The one. You know, where he's like, look, guys, I'm going to be real. I'm a little fucking retarded. Like, that was the greatest one. Right? Like, the moment of self-reflection is so real with him, and I love it.
I love it too, man. So I love him, but I also, the open invitation. We can Skype, we can Discord, whatever the hell you want. Eddie Bravo, come on our show, man. I love you. We're not gonna cut you off. I love that man. I really want to listen to his ideas.
I'm not familiar. Who's Eddie Bravo?
He's like more.
Isn't he a cartoon character?
No, I put him in our private chat yesterday. Do you guys not remember? He was on the same episode as Alex Jones on Joe Rogan.
Yeah.
He's that
guy.
guy.
In that
clip you sent?
Yeah, so
he's an American martial arts instructor, podcaster.
He's probably even a bigger conspiracy theorist than Alex Jones. But you guys know how Alex Jones does kind of seem, he does come across kind of sleazy. Like he doesn't really believe anything. Unhinged. He says he's just trying to sell bunker food.
Yeah. Alex Jones comes across as self-aware to some degree, that he just knows that. Yeah.
Eddie Bravo he's not selling anything. He really does sound like he might be a good person who just believes a whole lot of goofy shit. And I really want him on.
Like a typical flat earther.
Yeah, but not as a bad person or anything. So I would love to have him
like
on.
salt of the earth, flat earther, just the led astray.
I can't handle your guys' hatred of my beliefs, honestly. I really genuinely believe the earth is flat. You can't prove it, bro. Prove it's not CGI.
Prove the earth isn't made of CGI.
Yeah, prove it's not CGI, dude.
Oh, I mean, I'd take Alex too.
That's why we need the 5G for all that processing power.
No, you can't use 5G because it makes you retarded.
Shit, he's radiation sick.
Hell yeah, dude. I always love fucking going up to conspiracy theorists, and like when they get really into it, I'm like, hey bro, it's your world. I'm just living in it, dude. I don't really know what to fucking. You just want to believe what you want to believe. I don't know.
Nah, man, you just gotta hit him with a counter conspiracy theory. Like, okay, man, you know, I agree with you. It's all the fucking Jews, but who do you think is making the Jews do it? And then you just
Ford Pintos.
You know, what comes back to really good at hands and everything.
Yeah. Just keeps me up at night, dude, wondering how that car works.
You guys think that's a good point to end on? Busted the conspiracy of Ford Pintos.
Oh, well, wait. We'd be remiss if we didn't ask a guest this question.
Yeah.
Any masturbation stories?
All right.
Any masturbation stories?
Yeah, like any wacky masturbation stories. You jerk your dick off a weird way or something? I don't know.
You know, sometimes
I don't usually ask this question.
Sometimes I arch it at a 50-degree angle, you know, to get the cum out the right way. I mean, what the fuck do you want me to say?
It's a simple
wild
question,
stories?
Muta. Do you have any stories in your lifetime that involved masturbation or sex? We'll take that too. That you think were interesting or funny or
Oh man,
no, we've had funny sex stories.
I only have one really bad sex story. It's actually really depressing too.
Yeah, we'll take it.
Ago.
We'll take
This
it.
was
Oh, well, that's a perfect ending.
This is years ago. Like this is forever ago. This fucking girl like woke me up in the middle of the night. She's like, "Let me give you a hand job." I'm like, in my head, I'm like, "Really, a fucking hand job at 2 a.m? Like, fuck you. That's all."
You bitch.
You know, I didn't want to be an asshole about it, so I'm like, "Go for it, right?" And so she's like jerking me off, and after a while, she gets me off. And I fucking come into my own mouth, so I'm just like, wow, that's really fucking great. Like, and then she
That
has
was her plan. Look,
she gets
with a mouthful of cum, you just look what you made me do.
there's like 3 drops that fly in. Like I can count the 3 drops. Like it's ingrained in my head. And so like as I'm laying there, she's like, "Oh, did you like that?" And I'm like, "Oh, that was just fucking riveting, dude. It was the best arousal I've ever had." And you know, she fell asleep just fine. I felt pretty fucking bad, but
Did he get up to brush your teeth? Gargle.
Oh yeah, dude.
He just kept it in his mouth.
Well, I wasn't gonna fucking swallow myself, so yeah, I had to sneak up.
Yeah, but you didn't want to spit either.
No, I didn't want to be rude. Is the thing, you know what I mean? Like I didn't want to like immediately jump up and run. Like I had to give it a cool 10 minutes before I was like, oh shit, I have to pee right now.
So you let your tongue marinate in it.
Yeah, well, yeah. You know?
He's like a wine taster.
Well, I mean, once it hits your mouth, what are you gonna fucking do? Like, it's already there, you know. Like, as much as you want to go against it, you have to deal with it, right? Like, fuck. That was
just swish it around a little.
That was the first and last time I'll ever be nice in bed. Like, accept the fucking hate. Like, if somebody ever wants to do that, ever.
That was so kind of you.
Bro, dude, I felt like a fucking. When that happened, I felt like a fucking saint. You know, anybody I tell that story to, they give me like, wow, how could you tolerate that? I'm like, listen, man, I didn't want to start a fight in the middle of the night. Okay, it was 2 a.m. I wanted to go to bed. She pretty much fucking went against my fucking like wishes and did it to me anyways. And now I have to deal with this.
She made you taste your cum.
Bro, I think the worst situation is when she told me, "Oh, did you enjoy it?" Like, you look at my fucking face. Obviously, I didn't fucking enjoy it. You know, use some fucking inference.
It was like drenched in cum. Yeah, I loved it.
Right? Like, I mean, most of it went on me. Fuck. Yeah, that's the.
Did you enjoy that, you little cum solving slut?
You little cum slut. Your mascara is running. You're red in the face. You're like, yeah, make me choke on it.
If she said it like that, you know, that'd be. Yeah, if she said it like that, you know, it'd be a different fucking story. Like, I'd be like, damn, bitch, you're crazy. No, she was.
Well, I'm glad.
She was a nice girl.
I'm glad you're at least out of that scary relationship and situation.
I'm so glad I'm away from it. You're a nice girl. You know, whoever you are, you know who you are. If you ever come and watch
you were talking to me.
No, I'm just putting it out there. You were a nice person, but like, holy fucking shit, I'm so glad I'm out of that relationship, and I hope I'm glad wherever you are. Jesus Christ. I hope you're milking another guy into his own mouth, but that guy can't.
She's a serial milker.
Dude, 2 a.m. Who the fuck gives you a hand job at 2 a.m? Go to fucking
It's almost
sleep,
just disrespectful.
Right?
Yeah.
Like,
Wait, so she woke you up for it?
yeah, dude, I was having a good fucking dream. I even actually remember the fucking dream, too. Like, I was just...
What was the dream?
It was just me, like... dude, I was having a relaxing drive. That was the dream. Like, a relaxing fucking drive. You know, like something I enjoy. in my dude. Yeah, I was driving in my dream. I was relaxing. It was fucking good. You know, like
you got a midnight snack.
What a weird dream to remember.
Dude, because it was like, it's idyllic. I was on the Gold Coast, like looking at the fucking ocean, just driving the car, you know, like Outrun style. And then, you know, you wake up and then it's like, oh, I'm just going to jerk you off. So you're in the dark and it's, wow, way to ruin the fucking, you know, dream and shit. Fuck.
So why'd she jerk you off? It doesn't sound like she got anything out of that. I don't fucking
know why. Like, I guess she was trying to be like cute and everything and it was nice, but, you know, fuck.
The taste
I don't know. I mean, look, man, I mean, it didn't taste like really anything. It was just the fact that it hit me was, you know, I didn't enjoy it at all. Like, I didn't quite like it very much, let me tell you. And it wasn't, and like, I had to be nice about it too. Like, I couldn't, like, you know, be angry at her. Like, how dare you do this to me?
Start screaming. Flip the bed over. Cum flying everywhere from his mouth while he's screaming.
Yeah, because we're in a fucking apartment, and like right to the next of us is this like really fucking like douchey neighbors that we have, and we're just like, well, fuck it. I mean, I can't make a big.
They just hear you screaming. You made me swallow my cum.
Yeah, right. Like that would have been.
That'd be a great thing to explain in the hallway the following day.
That would have been a fun fucking. That would have been a fun 8 a.m. to wake up to that old neighbor bitch.
So did she remember what she did the next morning?
What she did the next morning? No, dude, I fucking left for work the next morning. I don't want to look at her face at all, so I just fucking got out of there.
Oh, my Jesus. That destroyed it.
Like, I woke up, I got dressed really quickly, and I just left for work. And then, like, in the middle of the car, she's like, you just really ran out. I'm like, yeah, I had work. That's it.
So was that the beginning of the end of the relationship?
No, it went on for a while, and then we just went our own separate ways. I never ever told her that. It was something left unsaid in our relationship, you know? Like, it wasn't like at the end when we broke up, I was like, fuck you, bitch, you made me come in my own fucking mouth. Like, I never, it never happened.
You should text her right now and say, by the way, just so there's no loose ends, I wanted to let you know this is why we broke up.
With a link to this episode. Thousands of people laughing at you.
Right? How just to wake you up for a fucking hand job. It's so disrespectful. I'm so glad you guys agree. Like, I could never find people to really agree with me on. Like, nobody would understand the pain and struggle of losing a good dream.
It would be okay if she didn't make you finish in your own mouth. That would be more acceptable.
Well, yeah, like, but not even on my chest, though. Like, bro, I don't want to be covered in my own fucking cum in the middle of the night. It's fucking weird.
Well, what did you expect would happen? Did you want to scoop it up?
I don't know. I wanted to do some fucking acrobatic. Yeah, like fucking aerial catch it. You know, as it's flying.
It's like a magic trick. As soon as she comes, she catches it out of the air.
You wanted her to like catch the bullet like the president. She swings her mouth into action and catches it all in hers.
Yeah,
is it unreasonable
blocking a ball? And what did you want her to do? Fucking SpongeBob
is it unreasonable
with a jellyfish
to
net.
expect her to? Is it unreasonable to expect her to Keanu Reeves that shit into her fucking mouth like Matrix style?
That'd be a kind of cool magic trick, actually.
Yeah,
like
the same way Keanu Reeves catches cum in his mouth.
She goes to catch it, and as her hands close, you feel the cum hit behind your ear.
What?
The old cum behind the ear trick, magic trick.
What the fuck?
She reaches behind your ear and pulls out the cum.
How do you get the cum behind the ear though?
Yeah,
it's
like
a magic trick.
We don't know how, but she did it.
I think Jackson just came up with another fetish.
Fantasy.
So what? It's like the quarter behind the ear trick, but she pulls out a wad of cum from behind his ear.
Yeah, a little cum granule, yeah.
Yeah, the cum flies out of your dick. She goes to grab it, it disappears, and then it's behind your ear.
Oh no.
I'm just saying, cum is underused in magic tricks.
I agree. Really. Randy Pitchford's onto something.
I can make it disappear in your mouth, Jackson. Is that magic?
You should be the first.
Yeah, you just feel it hit the back of your throat.
You should be the first party cum magician, bro. I'd hire you.
Yeah. Why are there no sex magicians?
If you could do cum tricks at my birthday party, you'd earn a fucking swell paycheck. Let me tell you.
Yeah, that'll do it.
I mean,
on that note,
imagine driving home from a party like that. So do you catch the cum magician, guys? Like, that dude just makes cum fly everywhere, bro.
Yeah, that guy was worth all $10.
I'm kind of worried about the cake frosting now, dude.
There was so much magic, you guys. Magic all over the place.
That was the best thing I've ever done for YouTube, is buy the cake when J Station got that fucking demonetization. I was like, yes, this is worthy of a fucking cake, dude. Gotta go out and pick one up.
Oh, yeah, that was cute. All right, Jackson, take us out.
Well, do you want to shout out your channel?
Oh well, yeah. I'm Some Ordinary Gamers on YouTube, and that's really it.
Yeah,
Okay.
Go check him out.
Agree. Check him out.
He's a good man who's a man who's tasted his own cum is fine by us, in my opinion. So go check him out. Yeah, and you can check us out over at patreon.com/theofficialpodcast. We've got a bonus up right now. Just uploaded it before this recording, where we talk about my banana drawings as well as
we're gonna be
Charlie's.
we're gonna be talking about
novels.
a whole lot of Noodle Man versus One Punch Man or something along those lines. Gonna be reading those.
Yeah, whatever that was.
Yeah.
You know, there's a lot of you out there who probably listen to this show regularly, and by this point, when you hear we're wrapping up, you just move on to the next episode. I just want to give a shout out to the people who listen to the very end of every single episode. You're the real heroes, the real patriots. A hearty salute to you if you've made it this far.
I agree.
Good for you guys.
Yeah. Give yourself a round of
And on
applause.
that note, we'll see you next week. Thanks, everyone. Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
I'd like to start.
Take us in.
I'd like to start
Okay.
this one. Hello and welcome to this episode of the official podcast. I am absolutely exhausted, and I believe my co-hosts are in some way also tired because today, as of this year, marks the beginning of daylight savings time. And boys, I have a question for you. Can we say fuck daylight savings time?
Yes.
Do we really
What's the
still
point of
need
it? I heard it was for the cows or something. Like cows need it
thought it was for
to be milked.
I thought it was for the work days.
Yeah.
See, people don't even know what it's for.
Yeah, well, what is it for?
The cow doesn't
Someone
give a shit.
enlighten me.
It's what do you mean? It's for the cows. It's not like the cow has a clock.
All right. Anyways, it's 1:37. Abby gets home at 3 o'clock. So, you know, if we cut out all the horrible shit that we're probably gonna say, we have to get going. Okay. Impromptu podcast with. Did I start this thing? Did I yeah, it's recording. Impromptu podcast. Daycare shut down because coronavirus has crept its way into my county. So, it's in the mood to ruin lives. My grandma's in quarantine. Everybody's in quarantine. Daycare shut down, so I'm Mr. Mom during the fucking week. Abby's work shutting down, so I'm gonna be sitting in the house with her. And so I have like a hour and a half window until this starts, until everybody's home for good. And so I was gonna go for someone like John Travolta as my next guest, but I just had to look around and see what I could
You have to
find.
skip out on that for now.
Yeah, so I just got Fungal Toe.
Average fucking Joe. You know what's funny is looking in comparison to the other guests, people are going to be wondering what the fuck this is. I'm nothing.
Nah, he's been in videos and stuff. This is
It's
him.
about
Hold
yeah.
on, I got the fucking picture frame up. We'll find a flattering picture of you. So I'll put a nice flattering picture right there. Is that your mom coming in?
Yeah, now my mom's part of the podcast too. You might as well say hello. Just say
Hi,
hello.
Fungal's mom.
Why are you sounding like a fucking robot? Are you an AI?
Hello.
There you go.
Hello.
Yeah, sure. Just whatever. Yeah, go for it. But yeah. I'm sure there's a flattering photo out there.
Yeah, this is some professional shit, man.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
I still hear it going. I was just like, well, fucking hell. Is your mom the only parent, like a single parent?
Yeah, she is now, yeah.
Yeah, I could smell that vibe.
You could smell that? That's weird.
Yeah, I could. You can sense it when talking to you.
Where'd
You
you
can
get this
tell mama's boy through and through.
Dude, I am. I can't help it.
Yeah. Hey, you want to hear something fucking weird about me? That, like, looking back on it, it's like doesn't bode well for like my I'm sure if I ever had a therapist, they'd be like, yeah, let's dwell on that some more. When I was in like elementary school, even I used to sit on my mom's lap, like facing her, like straddling her, like I just look her in the eyes, and I used to sit there and make her look at my Pokemon cards. And she'd be like, okay, look, you can show me 5 more of these things, and then we're done. And I'm like, okay, shh, turn off the TV. All right, Mom. This is Diglett. He sits in the ground. That's what he does. And I'd, like, hold it up and show it to her.
You know what? I feel like if we're gonna talk about things that are quite like shameful, honestly, I feel like I can I beat everyone in this competition because of the whole tit milk till I was 5 deal. I feel like that's an interesting subject right there.
Yeah, we talked about this at the end of my Hunt Showdown video, but that thing didn't do so well. I thought it would do a lot better than it did. So we can bring that back up. We can drag that back up from your embarrassing past. Yeah, Fungal, he got breastfed till he was 5. Just fucking strange.
And it's interesting too because like no one believes me that like I don't really remember it. My mum always just tells me about it. Like I might as well fucking get her in here to verify it. She's part of this thing now. But like,
can I talk to her? Can you bring her in?
Yeah, well, I don't know. I'm not sure we can go into a full conversation, but I can definitely get her to verify it. You know.
Okay.
But I mean, I genuinely could get her to verify it. I'm really not too bothered. Hold on there, real quick.
Not too bothered.
Mum. Mum. Oh, she's gone. I don't know where she's gone. She's disappeared. But no, genuinely, I don't know. I don't know why. Apparently, she always says that I was like
hankering for the tit.
Yeah. constantly nagging. I would cry apparently. Like if he wouldn't, like, cause I think a part of it was because my sister's a couple of years younger than me. I think I was supposed around the time I was supposed to stop. She was kind of probably just like born.
She was starting, so your mom started double fisting it, like
yeah. So she was just one after the other, just like
arm.
You know, just dual wielding.
Yeah.
So I think maybe it was just jealousy. I wasn't constantly attached to the fucking teat.
Yeah. You know what my mom said? I grew up without getting breastfed, you know, which explains my small weakling stature, you know, and my horrible immune system. What it was is my mom breastfed my brother, and he only wanted to latch on to one tit. Just like it was like her left one or
just
something like
one?
that. Yeah, just one. And he fucking sucked like a Hoover on that thing as hard as he could. And like it made one of my mom's tits bigger than the other.
One big swelled up tit?
Yeah, so like one's like, because it had like more blood flowing through it.
Yeah.
And so then my mom's like, well, fuck that. I ain't breastfeeding the next ones. She had me and she's like, nah. Formula's the way to go with you. Anyways, let's move on because really important thing. This is something that was going through. I almost dropped my fucking Coke on my laptop. This is an important thing that was going through the Discord a couple days ago, and I think everybody is finally wanting me to squash the debate on this.
Mm-hmm.
Do you stand or sit while wiping?
I must have missed this. Honestly. I like kind of stand. I'm not gonna lie.
What the fuck, dude? Okay, so here's the thing: is I'm sitting there talking to a group of people, and like one guy said it, right? He just goes, "Yo, dude, do you stand or sit while wiping?" And I thought it was a joke because like the joke is like, do you wipe back to front, or that's usually the question, or do you stand or sit while peeing is like another one because some people just like sit while they pee because like I might poop while I'm here. But I've never heard, do you stand or sit while wiping? And then as soon as like I was about to make fun of him, like, oh, that's a funny joke, Logan goes, yeah, I stand. And I'm like, wait, what? Then when you stand up, then that just mush your butt cheeks together and like get this shit everywhere?
Instantly you felt like the outcast. No, okay, listen. I feel like it depends.
I'm sticking to my guns on this one, dude. I don't give a fuck if everybody stands. I'm doing it right. I sit and wipe like a fucking civilized man.
When you're saying squat, or when they're saying squat, do they mean like, are we talking like because when I say stand, I mean kind of like I'm still kind of a bit hunched over, but like I'm not like fully straight like a stick, you know? Like I'm not.
Does your ass leave the toilet seat? How about that?
Okay, yes.
So what do you do? Just like
it's kind of like a bit of a hover, you know, like if you were to like hover shit.
Yeah.
It's kind of like hover and then I bend forward. I don't know. I'm like doing it in real life right now, but
yeah, I can hear your voice got really far away from your mic. I can hear it. You're like,
yeah, it's like a bit of a hover, I guess.
It's really fucking muffled. Yeah. No, dude, the supreme way is just lifting one ass cheek.
What?
Yeah, just lean. Like,
and getting your hand trapped in there, but then what if like I don't know what it feels.
And then
awkward,
you just lean a little bit like you're about to fart. Wipe your ass. Look at the paper. sniff the paper, and then throw it back in the toilet.
You missed the part where you give it a quick lick.
Yeah. Taste it. Make sure you don't have some sort of. Oh, is that your mom?
Yeah, it's all right now, Mum. It's all right.
No, it's not all right. I need to talk to her.
It's not all right. Come here.
Yeah.
We were talking about how it was breastfed till I was 5.
Yeah.
Why?
Because you didn't want to stop.
Well, so you just allowed it to carry on?
Yeah, it was just nice and quiet.
Nice and quiet. What do you mean by that?
Well, I could shut you up right quick. When you was like crying.
Fair enough.
Carried on feeding you both till you went to school.
Oh, okay. Till I went to school. Wait, was it 5?
Just turn before you were 5.
Okay, yeah.
So you're about 4 now.
Oh, okay.
Wait, can I talk to her? Can you put the headphones
Right,
on?
mate, do you want to put the headset on? I want to talk to you.
Oh, is
This
it?
is Sam.
Yeah.
Sam the man.
Sam the man.
Sam the man.
Hello?
I won't be able to hear him now, so.
Hello?
No, you're
Hello?
talking to the microphone.
Hello?
Hey, it's nice to meet you. You're Fungal's mom, right?
I'm Josh's mum.
Josh's mom. I'm sorry. Yeah, I don't know his actual name. That's just yeah. Anyways, I was wondering, this is for like a show thing that I'm doing. Is that all right?
Yeah, whatever.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, sure.
Okay.
Podcast,
So,
yeah.
did you think that at some point, like, does it surprise you at all that Josh doesn't remember breastfeeding at 5?
Remember, thank God he doesn't remember.
I always thought that was funny, thinking that like nobody
Yeah,
else
I don't
remembers
remember.
breastfeeding.
No, he still doesn't remember it, do you, Josh? Thank God.
Yeah, that'd be pretty weird. So what, you just use it as a way to like shut him up if
Yeah,
he's being
just
loud?
shut him up. Yeah, just put boob in his mouth and fine.
Do you think that
It's made him very brainy, I think.
Brainy. Furthest from it.
Furthest
do
from
you
it.
think
he
that
said.
explains his current attitude in life?
Probably, yeah.
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 You think he's a
Well,
product of that late
It's a
breastfeeding?
product of the breast milk.
Yeah. Did you know your son has a strange infatuation with breasts?
Really?
That's all he talks about on his free time. Did
I've
you know
no
that?
idea. I have no idea. I don't ask him things about that.
You don't ask him things. Well, let me tell you something. That's all he talks about.
Oh, well, that's
He should
good.
probably see somebody about it.
Why don't you want to know what
Yeah.
I'm not gonna ask.
He ain't gonna ask, he says.
I'm not gonna ask.
I'm not gonna tell him.
Please.
Well, it was nice meeting you. Thanks for coming
Nice
in
to
here.
meet you. Yeah, speak later. Bye.
All right, bye.
Speaking on this thing again. Well, there you go.
Dude, your mom's a cool lady.
Yeah, kinda. She's
Yeah.
all right.
She's all right. Dude, she fed you from her lifeblood for
Yeah.
for years past when she
What a
should have.
wonderful woman.
Yeah.
Just as a treat. It was a treat.
Yeah. Anyways, I told her that you're you have a insane lust for breast after breastfeeding
wow.
for that long. I was like, that's all he talks about is just women's breasts. You should probably know that. You should probably get him to see a therapist or something. And she's
glad you
like,
had
I
this
don't
discussion
talk
with
about him with this.
It's true. We don't talk about that here.
All right. So, anyways, back to wiping.
We're just getting off topic. Yeah,
Yeah, we're getting off topic. Back to wiping. Like that, the whole standing thing. Logan says it, right? That he's a stander. But then I was thinking about like, I don't know what you look like really, like full body, right? But I went to the movies with Logan, and I went to high school with Logan. And, well, I went to the movies with him, and I hadn't seen him in like a decade, right? Because I mean, we've talked playing games for the whole time, but he moved down south and everything. So this was like the first time I've seen him in a long time. And when we went to the movies, I got to see his adult self. Now the dude is kind of built like a T-Rex, like he's all legs, which explains why he does the whole tennis thing, right?
Oh yeah, I heard about that. Yeah, just
Yeah. And so he's all legs. So I can understand it from his point of view. You know, he's got them big old legs and everything, this big muscular thighs. And I'm sure his butt cheeks are like this giant crevasse with shit in the middle. Like I could understand maybe having to stand up and do like a big squat or something like that in order
Really
to wipe
get in
your
there.
ass. Yeah.
Yeah.
But you know, I'm assless. I really ain't got a whole lot going on here. I'm built like Kermit the Frog from the waist down. I just got like a fat gut, you know, and I got like a Hank Hill ass, and so it's easy for me to just like lean over a little bit, clean my little starfish.
I'll do a quick one. Yeah.
Yeah. But are you like leg heavy?
I mean,
so to speak.
I'd say I've got something going on down there. You know, I've got something to work with down there. You know, I've got I've got thick fucking thighs, and big ass. Yeah, I've really got to get in there, dude.
Yeah, big ass.
Yeah, really got to get in there.
You know,
I don't know. I think I think it's just like it's just nice to just, you know,
it's just nice to inconvenience yourself by completely standing up off the toilet.
Listen, you consider it inconvenience. I consider it like, you know, a nice little treat for myself.
A privilege.
Sometimes.
That's a first world.
Privilege, yeah.
That's first world privilege. Being able to stand up after shitting. Would you ever use a bidet?
A bidet? What's a bidet?
It's those things that like spray water up into your asshole.
Why not give it a try?
Yeah,
that's what it's like.
I'd always heard that. Everybody always talks about like, oh, that's kind of fruity, you know, having water spray around your butthole and stuff. And it seems like it's messy and everything. I went to Colorado, and when I was in Colorado, we stayed in like, whenever I do like an Airbnb place for a vacation, I spend a lot of time in advance trying to find like a cool contemporary house that I would never buy to like live in, but would be cool to just stay in. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because people like contemporary places, but when you're in them, you're also like, wow, this isn't very cozy.
Yeah.
You know, it's not like good long-term living. Like the Batcave is cool, but you don't want to live in the fucking Batcave. Yeah, it's not practical. So we stayed in like this super contemporary place, and in the bathroom, Abby's like, what the fuck is that? You got like a toilet, and then you have a second toilet next to it. It looks like a bird bath. It's got a little spout of water that comes up. And we figured out it was a bidet. So I was like, oh, you want to try it? And she's like, no, I'm not trying that. It might like move shit from my asshole and then straight up into my vagina with like a water, like, spray it up there with the water. And I was like, all right, I'll try this thing out. Dude, I'm telling you right now, it's about the best goddamn experience I've ever had on the toilet. Shit straight up almost turned me gay, dude. It just... Yeah.
It was just the life right there and then?
Right there and then. She was like, what's taking you so long to shit? And I was like, honestly, you know how usually women, they get mad at you because you go take a dump and then you're actually playing on your phone for like 45 minutes?
Yeah,
I was done shitting after 4 minutes. The rest of the time was just sitting on the bidet.
Yeah.
I was just sitting on the bidet looking at pictures of hunky men on my phone. You know how it is.
Hopefully one day you'll replace the bidet with a man spitting into your ass instead.
Yeah, that's what I want. You know, I was talking about this with you know, Logan. You've talked to him, right?
Once or twice, not much.
Okay, well, he's like, he's like the boy next door in terms of like, he's like everybody's moral compass, especially Brian's. God damn, dude, that kid's a fucking. Brian's a fucking piece of work, but he's our moral compass. He's always he's the voice of reason. He's like Mr. Liberal, you know, Mr. Progressive. Yeah. Oh, that's not ethical. That kind of guy. And so I was sitting there asking him. I was like, we were talking about Jeff Bezos. He's so fucking rich.
Yeah.
So unfathomably rich, and he's middle aged. So he's like at the age right now where he could pay someone in cold hard cash. Every time he takes a shit, he could pay someone enough cash to just lick his ass clean. And never run out of money, still be rich.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then and then we were talking, Brian's like, well, you can get like a fucking crack whore to do that for like $5,000, maybe even less. I was like, no, I'm not. This is Jeff Bezos' asshole. He doesn't want to get something like an STD while he's getting his asshole. Like he can afford like B-list celebrities, you know, like as long as nobody finds out about it. And he can afford a couple million every time, you know, he takes a shit. He makes millions a day, doesn't he?
Yeah.
I would think so.
It's not, I mean, he could probably, I'd say he could probably get anyone. I think he could convince anyone with the amount of money he's got. I don't think there's a person alive that he couldn't convince to do that for a certain amount of money.
Well, then we're asking Logan, what's your price? Because he obviously did not condone the conversation we were having.
Oh, God.
He's like, oh, this isn't ethical. All right, Logan, how much would you have to get paid to lick his asshole clean? And his answer was like, if I remember correctly, it was like a couple million. I was like, no, I'm talking. Well, yeah, because he has billions, right? So you're obviously going to shoot for a couple million because he can afford it. But I mean, I'm assuming there's also a list of other people out there that are willing to do it for less. You know, it's like bidding on a job for the state. You know? If you go too high, you'll go with someone else. The next quote under you. You know. And so, what's your price?
Honestly, just because of like how much he's got, I feel like you said, like I'd be kind of scared that someone else would just go cheaper and just steal the job away from me.
Yeah.
I'd maybe 500,000.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah, 500,000.
500,000 because like I mean I'm gonna enjoy it anyway. It's Jeff Bezos. He might even like it and give me a tip. Who knows?
Well, he's a pretty clean cut guy. I imagine he gets his head waxed and everything. I'm assuming his asshole's pretty clean too.
Right? Like
probably
he can't
shaved.
be that much down there.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel
seems like he has a good diet.
Yeah.
I think he's
sure.
vegan. I'm not sure if that adds to the cleanliness of the shit or anything.
Who knows?
Yeah.
I mean, it's still shit. I don't know. I don't think it takes away from it.
I had a lot of people in my family are like really against vegetables, and the only vegetables they eat are like green beans, string beans. I don't know if you have those over there, but it's like a southern, or like collard greens maybe. But they're really against vegetables for some reason. So they're like carnivores through and through, and they always have like explosive diarrhea, bowel problems. Like I'm like, you realize the only people that shit like you guys are the people that have like Crohn's disease. All right, this is not something that's normal. You might want to introduce some fiber into that diet. Can't be eating fucking filet mignons for breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Some people just enjoy just constantly shitting, dude. Some people enjoy that life.
I like shitting, but I like telling the toilet when the shit's gonna go in it. I don't like the shit dictating my life. You know what I mean?
The shit controls you. You don't control the shit.
Yeah, they'll be like in the middle of a conversation. They'll be like, "Excuse me, I must."
It's poopy time.
The poopy calls. Like, motherfucker, I'm about to get married. Like, can't you just sit down for 2 seconds?
Oh god, dude. Nah, I don't know. I actually wouldn't mind a poo dictating my life every once in a while. Could be fun. Just random moments. Could get some really nice awkward moments out of that.
Yeah,
Funerals could be fun.
I've always thought of
shit.
I've always thought of this device you could have like put on around your asshole, where it would be like a colostomy bag, but colostomy bags are very invasive. They end up like cutting your intestines, and then they attach like this valve onto it with a hose and everything. It seems very invasive. This is just like a stick-on thing that goes around your asshole. And have you guys ever seen a diaper genie?
No, I have not.
It's like a bag. Have you ever seen how a sausage is made?
yes, I've seen how.
Where they shove meat into like the casing that's all wound up. It would be like that, like sausage casing around your asshole, and then when you shit, it just bags it.
It bags it.
And then you just twist it, and it fucking seals it right up.
Seals it off.
Cauterizes the end, and then you got a turd in a sack.
Honestly,
that's ingenious.
Get it patented right now.
Why? Delete this out of the podcast.
Don't show this to anyone.
Don't show this, and we're gonna be patent number 4,863,494 because this is what's gonna take us. And before you know it, we're gonna be paying Jeff Bezos to lick our assholes.
Right? Yeah, he's gonna be right behind me right now. Well, I'm just gaming, dude. Licking all that gamer gunk off my ass.
Okay, imagine this. It's a cold winter day. You're playing games, but you also have to shit. You shit right there in your office, right? It bags it up. You take the squishy poop in the bag. That's nice and warm. It's so warm. And you place it in front of your keyboard and use it as a rest for your wrist. Cutting down on carpal tunnel, warming your hands, and you pooped all at the same time. No mess.
Dude, I was sold the minute you said that it's nice and warm. Like, not just that warm feeling.
No
you don't
smell, though. No smell.
No smell? Really?
Yeah, none. No, it's insulated. It's completely. Your butthole does not see the light of day.
I don't know about that. It's kind of.
You need a little bit of funk,
man. Like, it's. Come on. If it doesn't smell bad, then it's just boring. It needs to smell.
I don't like the warmth in the sight without the smell.
It makes me uncomfortable.
Yeah. All right. Oh wait, on to the next thing. I have a list of shit that we should talk about. I always say that because that's like my inability to transition between things. But what I was going to talk about was the what does it say here? Poke fungal in the eye. Fungal, I'm not in the room with you. Can you go ahead?
I mean, the problem is I can't really do that. I've got glasses on.
Oh shit! You fucking four-eyed nerd.
I'm giving it. Can you hear it?
Fucking dork.
That's me trying to poke myself in the eye. Unfortunately, I can't remove them. They're stitched to my fucking head.
Do you have the? Have you ever seen the action goggles?
Action goggles, no.
Yeah, they're goggles that have prescription lenses in them.
What?
There was this kid that had this helicopter mom in elementary school.
Right.
His name was Billy. And Billy, I think, had some sort of learning disability.
Oh, okay.
Whenever he went to go play, it wasn't enough that he was in special classes. He was just the odd kid in class. Whenever he went to go play with us, his mom would go, Billy. She was always there, even when no other parents were there. She was just there, on the all the time. Even during school, she would just show up.
Wait, in school time, she'd be there?
Yeah, she would just show up and do stuff. It was weird. So, anyways. Whenever he would go to play, she'd be like, Billy, come here, give me your glasses, Billy. And he'd be like, okay, Mom, you'd give her her glasses. And then she would give him these fucking things that look like swimmer's goggles. But they were prescription. I forget what he called them. They're action goggles or something like that. He's like, they're my action goggles.
Why was he wearing them, though?
Because apparently this fucking idiot had fallen so many times and broken his glasses. His mom was like, here, we'll get him something that he can't fall and break. They're action goggles. They had an elastic band that went around the back. I really want to replace the arms of my glasses with just an elastic band.
Just an elastic band, just strap them to your head.
Just pull them forward and just let go of them so they slap back onto my face. It's the new adjustment.
It's a new idea to patent right now again.
Okay, delete this part, Stall. Delete this. We're patenting action goggles, but for the discerning gentleman.
Well, I knew that, I know some people wear, people who need glasses and also play sports. I know some people wear, goggles for that shit.
Yeah, there was basically that.
I've never seen people who just wear them they fall over a bunch, so here's some action goggles.
Yeah. But his mom was really protective.
You have to be another retard if you need fucking action goggles to run around a fucking, playground.
Well, I said, this kid was, he was different.
We'll leave it different. We're not going too harsh on him.
Yeah, different.
I've already made fun of his action goggles.
Oh, I think I see what I meant by poking you in the eye. What it was is you verbally poke Fungal in the eye because he's been playing League a lot, and it's got me to play League a lot. That's what it says.
That's true, actually. You got on League when TFT came out, and I tried. I think you got me to try normal League. I just wasn't into it, and I tried it recently. And you weren't playing at the time, but all of a sudden now you're back on it again.
League is a virus, dude. I started playing that thing a long time ago, and I got into it, and I got really into it, and that's all I played. And then I got out of its grasp, and I was like, I'm never touching that fucking thing.
Finally.
And then 1 year later, I started playing it hard again and played it for 6 months. And then I dropped it, and I was like, oh, I'm never going to touch it again. And I felt like I had done it because it has been a year and a half or something, maybe even 2 years. And then dipshit Dan, that's you, by the way.
me.
Starts playing it every fucking day. And, Sam felt like getting in there and flexing a little bit, showing him how Destruction Man goes. And so I got on there, and now that I'm hooked on phonics, man, I can't get off.
It's weird too, because I feel like it's made for that. It's made to just constantly want you to come back, because that feeling when you get a bunch of fucking kills in a League game, the adrenaline.
Yeah,
dude, nothing beats that, man.
Okay, and admit, bro, I was popping off earlier today.
Dude, you popped off as looks earlier today, bro.
I was popping off, dude. And it was okay. When that game's so weird, when you try hard, you don't do well. That game, I had this entire setup, my whole desk. I had dragged it down the hallway and through the kitchen into the living room, and I had my daughter screaming the entire time about something. Oh, she was trying to put a book on a shelf. There with this book, sliding it on the shelf, and then she would let go, and the book was too long for the shelf, so it would just fall off, and she was just going, screaming the whole time, and I'm just like, honey, you got it. I'm
couldn't get a head around it.
Fucking hard scoping motherfuckers with that ult, man. I was ridiculous.
No,
but the whole point I brought this up was, you've heard about the lawsuit at Riot Games, right?
No, there's a lawsuit?
Yeah, not the CEO, the COO, which I think is Chief Operationals Officer or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah,
the COO has a lawsuit against him because of things that he does at work. apparently he would rip farts in people's faces. He would grab people's balls, and his defense was he was perpetuating bro culture.
Bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, I just love it when me and my bros just fart in each other's faces.
And grab each other's balls and make each other
Right.
come. And so he's doing all this shit, and he's thinking he's like building up a good team or whatever, right? Like, hey, you know, farting in each other's faces. That's how you make male bonding, you know.
Yeah.
And so then, right? Obviously, a pretty sexist company, right?
Mm.
Which because they also were slapping girls' asses and stuff.
Right.
Yeah, there's a lot of
That's on
women
the
that are
sideline.
filing sexual harassment. But they added Vi, right? You know Vi in the game.
Yeah, Vi, yeah.
She's a lady, normal woman. She's
Yeah.
got big metal hands with pistons on them, like big power gloves.
Yeah, power, yeah.
Right? And she does these insane punches with them, and then she does like a little dash thing, and then she also does her ult is she basically picks someone up and dunks them into the ground.
Yeah.
Does like a big suplex.
Yeah.
And this is how you know they're sexist. They added Set. Now Set does the exact same shit as Vi,
Yeah, actually, yeah, I didn't even think about that.
minus the gloves. It's just
Yeah,
proof that they think that a man can do everything a woman can do, but it's like he doesn't need the gloves. He's a man. He can just pick up the bitch and suplex him. He doesn't
not
need the
just-
big piston
Not
hands.
just that, but he's literally like better than her at
Yeah,
everything.
better than her
He
in every
jungles
way.
better. He
Yeah.
fights better. He does everything better. So they're basically saying, oh, you can do everything the woman does, but better.
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah.
just
How great would it be if they just removed Vi from the game?
Vi.
He's like, nah, we have Vi too. His name's Set. Bigger
Don't
and
need
better
one
in
now.
every way. Plus, he's male. I was
Mm.
like, Jesus Christ, that's fucked up.
I mean, they're just right though. He's just better in every way. Men are just better. Just facts.
It's just spitting facts.
Just spitting facts right now, honestly, right? So what, they got into a lawsuit because of that?
Yeah, they went into a lawsuit. Not because of
Wow.
the Set thing, but
Not
because
because
of,
of yeah.
because of them
Because of
fucking
that, yeah.
ripping bong rips out of
Yeah.
each other's assholes. That was
It's not looking good
apparently
over at
not a
Riot
cool part
Games.
about working there. Yeah.
I think that'd be pretty cool. It's not looking good at Riot Games though.
No, not looking good at all. But that's like Brian's excuse for every time there's like some stupid game design or mechanic that's added. He's just like, it's if these fucking people would just pay attention to their game and stop ripping farts out of each other's asses.
Oh, fucking hell.
That's my favorite explanation of it. Like as if they're doing it like it's a bong rip, you know? Just putting your
Yeah.
mouth to the butthole and going
Inhaling the whole
just
thing.
tearing it out of there. Like the guy doesn't even want to fart. You're just ripping it out of his body.
It's just a pastime over at Riot Games. To take a break from game development just to rip farts into each other's mouths direct.
All right,
It's not even like
so
secondhand.
you're a streamer guy now, right?
Well, attempted streamer guy.
Attempted streamer. I can tell you're eating right now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Trying.
So you stream almost every day.
Yeah.
I've done nothing to help you out. When I'm in
Yeah.
such a great position to help you out, by the way.
Yeah, that's
we
true.
should probably do some sort of cross promotion because you're in all my videos. I should probably do some sort of cross promotion for you, but we'll work on that later for the main channel because these don't get any views. But I'm here to give you unsolicited streamer advice
Okay,
since you're
Okay.
a streamer starting out.
I'm hearing it.
It's because I watch some of your streams whenever I'm not in there, and it needs some work.
Yeah, I'm ready for it. I'm ready for it.
Okay,
Get all in.
and you're probably asking what are my credentials? You know.
The guy.
Well, I'm still partnered. Okay, even though I haven't streamed in over
True.
a year, I'm still
Still a
partnered.
partner. Still
Alright.
a partner.
So zip your fucking lip and listen.
I'll
All right, so
try.
we need to face some hard truths right now if we're gonna make
Yeah,
you into
just go for it. Go for it. I can take
Okay. Hard truth. You're not a woman.
it.
You're gonna have to rely on your personality and humor.
You're right.
All right, that's a hard thing for a lot of people to realize. Now, there's some people out there like Steve. He's tried streaming for a long time, and Steve's under the impression that people want to watch people that are good at games.
Oh god.
But that only counts if you're like the best.
The best at like Shroud level, you know, not fucking
Yeah, like the best. I'm not talking like gold. I'm
Yeah.
talking like challenger, like beyond the best.
Yeah.
And only if it if it applies to every fucking game. But also, when you think about it, like even that Shroud guy, he's got somewhat of a personality to go along with it.
I agree, somewhat.
And Ninja, that's
well,
he's the coolest guy I know, right?
Right.
I'd want to have a beer with Ninja. I would, dude. I would love to have an evening with. I would love to have a formal dinner with Ninja.
Just an hour with Ninja, I would just savor for the rest of my life.
Forever and always. Okay, so here's another thing. Let's see here. Okay, you need to get rid of your friends. You always stream with like 8 people.
Dude, I just stream what I'm doing. That's
No.
why.
No. You're speaking as if you're someone that enjoys streaming. I'm talking about streaming for profit. Streaming to make it big. Because what you need to realize is the people that watch streams and the people that will latch onto are the people that are they're the lowest of the low. They're the people that the highest point of their day is getting online and watching someone else play video games instead of simply playing video games by themselves.
Just play themselves, that's not an option.
They're grasping for any human contact. So you need to drop all interaction with your friends and exclusively talk to chat.
All eyes on them.
All eyes on them. Definitely. Right. That's and then next thing you need to do is whenever you say something controversial, right? And people, you get in trouble for it, you're gonna have to fall back and go, hey, that was just a character that I made.
It's just a character?
This is an act. That's my character.
Oh, nice.
You know? Actual Sam would never say that. This is the character I've created, you know? Dummy. And then think of yourself like Robert Downey Jr.'s black guy from Tropic Thunder.